like to call the meeting in order. Mrs. Burns, roll call, please.
Mr. Sullivan?
Present.
Mrs. Hallenbeck?
Present.
Mr. Allen?
Present.
Mrs. Brochus?
Present.
Mrs. Lafferty?
Present.
Mrs. Marshall?
Present.
Mr. Rodriguez is absent with prior notice. Mr. Sporny?
Present.
Mrs. Wallweiser?
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board met in executive session this evening prior to this meeting to discuss matters of employment and issues related to labor relations. Mrs. Burns, any announcements?
No announcements.
Thank you. Anyone signed up for public comment?
There were no sign-ups.
Okay. That brings us to our first agenda item. Item 2.01, NFT contract 2024-2025. Whereas the Neshaminy School District, the district, and the Neshaminy Federation of Teachers, NFT, have a tentative agreement on the new one-year collective bargaining agreement covering the school year from July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025, the agreement. And whereas the attached agreement includes a one-year salary increase in accordance with the applicable salary step increases, and whereas the district and the NFT have reached the attached memorandum of understanding to address elementary school preparation time, and whereas the district and NFT have reached the attached memorandum of understanding with respect to employee 3023 to enable said employee to transfer back to the bargaining unit at M30, column step 12, and whereas the district and NFT have reached the attached memorandum of understanding with respect to employees 12482 and 33162 to elect prescription coverage only, and whereas board policy 012 requires a memorandum of understanding to be 1 day less than an existing collective bargaining agreement, individual or group contract, or individual group agreement, and whereas the stated memorandums of understanding will likely extend beyond the one-year collective bargaining agreement covering the school year from July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025. And whereas pursuant to Board Policy 003, the board desires to and may, upon a majority vote, suspend for a period of time the operation of Board Policy 012, provided the suspension does not conflict with legal requirements. Now therefore be it resolved that the board approves a limited and temporary suspension for a part of Board Policy 012 to approve said memorandums of understanding relative to any current or future collective bargaining agreement. And be it further resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the attached collective bargaining agreement with the Neshaminy Federation of Teachers covering July 1, 2024 through June 30, 2025, along with these 3 MOUs, and authorizes the execution of said agreement by the appropriate board members, officers, and administration of the district, all of which shall be conditioned upon mutual agreement on language in a final collective bargaining agreement and memorandums of understanding. And there's a number of attachments to the motion. There's a motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Allen. Comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Brings us to 2.02, certificated appointments. Resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the following appointments for the certified staff, and there are 4 appointments. Motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Marshall. Comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Hollenbeck.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. I'd like to make a motion for 3.01 revised contracted services for 2024 through 2025. Whereas at its June 18th, 2024 public board meeting, the Neshaminy School District School Board District of School Directors Board or District approve the agreement with the CPC Management for student transportation services in certain circumstances during the 2024 through 2025 extended school year, which included certain provisions for insurance which are inapplicable for the district. Be it resolved that the district hereby rescinds the previous approved contract with CPC Management on June 18th, 2024, and approves the attached revised agreement for the 2024 through 2025 school year. And be it further resolved that the board president, secretary, administration are authorized to execute the revised agreement, the final form of which is subject to approval by the district solicitor. And there is one file attached.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Lafferty. Comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Mrs. Hollenbeck.
Other board business, 4.01, whereas at the April 26, 2022 Neshaminy School District Board meeting, the Board of School Directors approved the Tawanka Library Bowman Recognition Plaque and the Stephen J. Parentano Memorial Plaque to be completed by June 30th, 2023, which said completion date was previously extended to June 30th, 2024. And whereas it is requested that the completion date for these plaques be extended until December 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the Neshaminy Board of School Directors hereby approves the extension to complete these plaques by December 31st, 2024.
Thank you, Mrs. Hollenbeck. There's a motion on the floor. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Allen. Comments or questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 8-0. Anyone have any other board business? Any additional comments from the public? Any board comment? Okay, then I make a motion to adjourn. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Hollenbeck. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0. Yeah, enjoy the game.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.